Hello everybody, welcome back to another Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. In the previous part, we made it back to the Arl of Redcliffe's Palace, which is Arlemon's place. And we discussed the plans of the future for the Landsmeet with Honora and Eamon and kind of Alistair, to where, you know, Alistair and I are starting to agree that he wouldn't be probably the best fit to be king. Given his experience, and then Arleman said no, he's really against it. So that's the only thing that they preserved from when the Orlesians took over all those years ago. But then we proposed the idea of a joint between Honora and Alistair together marrying. So that might be the possibility. Also, we talked to Grey Warden. He's going to head down to Ostagar to see if he's going to be able to locate the archdemon. That way to have a clear place to strike. And we also went to this tavern where a lot of bands and Terrans and Arls are. That way we could get some people to join our cause a little bit. So Honora suggested that her and I speak in private, so this is the conversation we're about to have now.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me. First, let me say that I knew your family. Eleanor in particular was dear to me, and what Hal did was unforgivable. How fitting he died at your hands. I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped, but once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne.
She has my support. I think she'll be better. Are you proposing an alliance?
That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot.
I think I would need more than just your support. What happens, Slogan, if you're queen? You think you're better? Why not simply marry Alistair? I agree. I think I would need more than just your support.
Once I am queen, I will be in a position to grant you whatever you wish. And I shall. This is in addition to Highever being properly restored to you. That should go without saying, I trust. Alistair might promise you the same, I suppose. But I would ask which is better. The gratitude of a weak king, or of a strong queen. And even if it is not for you, think of what I could do for the Grey Wardens. Think of what I could do for your companions. I trust I have made my point.
What if you had a strong king, what if you had a strong king beside you?
Tempting. You are of Cousland blood, it's true. Despite the fact that you are also a Grey Warden, it would be unprecedented, but a man like you could make a fine prince and consort. Is this what you are actually proposing? My hand for your support.
Very well. Marry me and you will have my support.
Very well. It is too good an opportunity to pass up. Once I am coronated, I will take your hand as my consort. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
I have some questions.
Ask me whatever you like.
I like to understand, Logan. Does this make you uncomfortable siding against your father?
Of course it does. Do you think me heartless? But how much worse would I be to calmly stay at the side of a man who murdered my husband?
Did you love Kaelin?
It seems a strange word to describe a marriage our parents arranged when he was newly born and I still in swaddling clothes, but yes, I loved him. He was reckless, impetuous, and charming. Had he not been king, he would have made a dashing rogue for a band of players. We were a good pairing. He would not have wanted the burden of ruling any more than I would have liked to remain the silent wife in my husband's shadow.
Why did Logan leave Kaelin to die, do you know?
Kaelin was so idealistic. The world was his storybook, and he was the hero. My father is different. He's an idealist too, but he knows what idealism costs. They often clashed, but never seriously, never for long. Kaelin would always come round to Father's way of thinking eventually. And then the Blight came. Kaelin dreamed of uniting all the nations of Thedas against the Darkspawn. It was a dream he wouldn't surrender. What my father saw, however, was the boy he had swaddled inviting Orlesian troops back into the land he had fought to free of them. And for once, my poor, foolish husband wouldn't back down.
I'm sorry for your loss. You should tell people what really happened to Kaelin.
They would not believe it, most of them, even from my lips. Logain is the hero they've looked up to their whole lives. Far easier to believe you or me a liar than him a murderer and tyrant. That's why it will be critical to find some way to discredit him before the lands meet. We must have proof of my father's crimes for the bands, or they will never believe us.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It was more than just my own loss. But I thank you all the same.
Another question.
Ask me whatever you like.
What do you think will happen after the lands meet?
Do you want me to try my luck at fortune-telling? There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Gwarren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heath when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already.
I'd like to understand Logain better if possible.
Well, he was once a farmer when he was a boy, if you can believe it. I never could myself. He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother oversaw the rose gardens personally. He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with mange. She never asked for him to help with her roses again. He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing his saddlebag. Despite the thorns tearing him bloody, he wouldn't let anyone else take it. He wanted to be the one to present it to her. My father has his faults, Warden, but he is far from common.
Why doesn't Logain back down?
Because he believes he is right, Warden.
Fair enough.
He thinks he is the only one who can see Ferelden out of its current crisis, even if it is one he helped engineer. My father is capable of remarkable blindness, but it stems from his love of Ferelden. That is the saddest part of all, I think.
Is he truly beyond reason?
I hope not, but I fear it is so, yes.
Did he plan on overthrowing Kaelin before Ostagar?
I'm not sure. I had no inkling of my father's plans until Kaelin was already dead. I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Kaelin was a lost cause until that moment in Ostagar. The alternative is difficult to imagine.
I guess it had to have been premeditated because Arl Howe attacked while... It had to have been premeditated because, why would Howe attack High Ever?
Trust would perhaps be pushing it too strongly.
Without a direct plan, and then Jowen with poisoning.
And while I despised the man, I knew that Father relied on his political mind. I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stem from Howe and not my father at all. We may never know.
Another question.
Ask me whatever you...
No, I should go.
Then I would...
Oh, wait.
You return.
Do you need anything?
No. And while I know your concern is hardly disinterested, still, thank you.
Okay. I wonder if we can talk to Eamon about this idea, because I don't want to, fucking, blindside him. Or Alistair, for that matter.
Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you.
I should go to work. What about you?
So, I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
Good. I have agreed to support her in the Landsmeet.
You have? I'm relieved, actually. The Landsmeet may not listen to you, and Eamon would go right back into a coma if you told him. But me? I'm relieved. I guess all we need to do is stop her father from taking the throne first, right?
That should be the easy part.
Right you are. We have to convince everyone there are monsters that need fighting. Who would have thought?
Alright. I guess now would be an opportunity to go to the alienage. Made. Estate exterior. So we will take Huin.
Yes.
Who else will we take? We'll take
Yes.
Shale and Zebra. Alright, and let's head into the alienage to see what's going on there. Because there's unrest. There's unrest in the alienage. But making some power moves. I'll tell you right now, I've never done this, and the ending that we're working towards where I become king, not been working. I've not done that one yet, so this will be new. I'm curious to see. I mean, like, I'm 90% sure it's going to play out. Oh wait, before we do that, we should go to Grey Warden's place, Grey Warden's Warden Vault. But it'll be very cool to see how it turns out. What does this say us? And then the warehouse. Because I know we came in here at some part. God, there's so many parts. I don't even remember which one, but so long ago. But I said that we'll come back here when the time is right. Duncan Shield. Axe of the Grey. High Constable Mace. Some very nice stuff in here. Griffin Helm. Map of the Anderfells. Ice Arrow. Fucking Ice Arrows. I don't want no fucking Ice Arrows. Warden. Longsword. Wow. Okay. What about this Griffin helmet? Can I see this Griffin helmet? It looks pretty cool, but doesn't match my armor. I wish there was a way that you can upgrade, like, your stuff, because I would upgrade, like, the sword, like, my sword. I mean, my armor, like, other stuff. You know what I mean. Because especially with, like, the stuff that have, like, good buffs, like, you obviously want to keep using that, but, like, can't really, because it kind of gets, like, outdated, you know, or they have better stuff. Unless it's stuff like this shield, because this shield is, like, insanely good. Never really looked at the stats for it either, but it's really good. Because this basically gives it, like, 8. But a Dragonbone shield doesn't even do 8 defense, but this does. Plus other benefits on top of that. Okay.
The worst of it's cleaned up now. Just watch yourself if you're going in. The alienage is a festering sore full of parasites. And that's on a good day.
They're so fucking mean. Ah, man. Alright, so I think this will be a good spot to leave off. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode when we go and investigate what's going on in the alienage. Thanks for watching.